Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here to bring you some comments on Yogananda's original teachings. And I've been reading from Swami Kriyananda's book, The New Path. The excerpts I take are from his chapters on the years living with Yogananda. So this is a brief paragraph. He says, one of my friends, acting under the spell of a violent delusion, once wrote to the master a long letter filled with scathing criticism for what he imagined to be the master's faults. The letter announced his intention of leaving the ashram immediately. One day, shortly after writing that letter, he was standing with a group of us when the master came downstairs. Seeing him, master remarked, "You should take up writing. That was the best letter Satan ever wrote me." Master's voice, free of all resentment, held a note of genuine admiration. I love that little scene, but it's an important scene because, of course, to an enlightened one, their praise, blame, it's all the same to them. It doesn't matter. In this world of duality, both will take place. And so it is that Yogananda wrote a chant, in fact, which says, when praise is, let's see, how does it go again? When praise is real and blame a dream, that's when thy song flows through me. In other words, we want to become even-minded and cheerful under all circumstances. And that's so much easier said than done. You know, if there is something that triggers in us a reaction that usually most often will mean that is the very thing that we need to pay attention to and work on. At least it gives us a hint. That reaction gives us a hint that we have something to transcend, something to be aware of in transcendence. I love the subtlety in that paragraph when he talks about the fact that Yogananda maintained a calm, a steady response to that. He could have laughed, he could have made it humorous, he could have been a little uncomfortable, he could have not been uncomfortable, but, sort of had an I told you so attitude in his voice. It was none of those things. He was very genuine in that response. And I think that the comment that he made to this disciple, the humor of the response that he gave to the disciple without laughing, without even a smile on his face, just a very calm way of sharing the response that he gave, that, you should take up writing. He was very serious about that. He was saying to this young man, you are a very good writer. He was reciting to him one of his own strengths, one of this young man's strengths. Work on that. Work on your writing, because You are very good at communicating things, even if they are the wrong things. You're a good communicator. So there is our starting point. And so it is if we can learn to respond even-mindedly to all circumstance, we will be able to not be reactive to everything that comes to us in life. We'll learn to be calm. We'll have a bird's eye view of the things happening in our lives so that we can respond appropriately. And so that is what I wanted to share today in this little excerpt of Yogananda's interaction with this disciple who, was telling Yogananda how it was, and Yogananda was just saying, look, you have some strengths. Why don't you work with those strengths? Right for God, and you will benefit from that. Joy to you. There is a blessing in absolutely every circumstance. We'll see you again tomorrow.